Basking in a legacy of golden opportunity and prosperity, California's historic economic success is legendary. But as the sunsets cast longer shadows on Silicon Valley, whispers of doubt echo about the state's economic future. Is the Golden State's luck running low, or is this another dramatic plot twist in its ongoing saga? Let's explore. Let's pay homage to the quintessential beacon of progress, California. With its sun-kissed beaches and undulating vineyards, this state has long been the destination of dreamers, innovators, and anyone seeking a slice of the American dream. But oh, how the tides are turning. Have you heard about the migration cliff California is teetering on? The Guardian dropped quite a bombshell in May, revealing the state's population shrank by 138,000 in 2022. Just take a moment to process that. More than 100,000 people said their adieus and vanished. Let's not forget the 2 previous years, which were equally unkind. What's happening, California? Peter Zeihan, a bigwig geographer, shares a tantalizing hint. He suggests seeing new Californias in places like Idaho, Texas, and Arizona. Intriguing, isn't it? But why are folks bidding farewell to the Golden State? We see 2 heavyweights entering the ring: exorbitant cost of living and fewer job opportunities. Imagine paying an arm and a leg for a shack-sized apartment while opportunities for growth and career advancement dwindle. It is like being stuck between a rock and a high-priced place. The repercussions? Lower population growth and labor force depletion, for starters. What happens to an economy when the people who drive it start vanishing like the morning fog? Well, it is certainly not going to rain cash, that's for sure. While we are on the topic, let's talk money. Did you know the baby boomer generation, born between 1946 and 1964, wielded significant influence over California's economy? But as these boomers hit retirement, the once steady flow of capital starts looking more like a slow leak. With a potential reduction in investment and economic development, could we be witnessing the dimming of California's golden glow? And then we have the curious case of the disappearing millennials. Why are the Avo toast-loving, tech-savvy generation packing up their Priuses and bolting? Again, the culprits are painfully familiar. Astronomical living costs, scarce affordable housing, and greener career pastures elsewhere. This mass exodus could be a double whammy for California's economy and housing market. As the younger generation flees, who'll keep the economic wheels turning? And what about all those empty houses? Will they be filled or stand as eerie testaments to forgotten prosperity? Have we piqued your curiosity? Stick around because we are just getting started. There are more facets to this complex puzzle, and together we'll reveal the full picture. Now, shall we talk about international relations? Specifically, let's delve into the Asian economic landscape. It is no secret that California and China have been economic dance partners for a while. In its glitzy glamour, the Golden State has been twirling in tandem with the Dragon of the East. However, as China cha-chas to a new economic rhythm, could California be left stumbling over its own feet? It is like a reality TV show, isn't it? As China's economic system morphs, throwing everything from its currency to its manufacturing prowess into the mix, what's left for California? Trade and business opportunities might be more challenging to pluck than oranges from a tree anymore. Now, folks, let's get real. California's economic model, once the darling of the global stage, is showing signs of aging. As if graying hair and laugh lines weren't enough, now there are economic wrinkles to iron out too. Could it be time for a bit of reimagination? Some might say it is high time for a little economic facelift. California needs to look beyond the tried and tested to stay competitive in this fast-paced, ever-evolving world. Perhaps it's time to trade the familiar for the innovative, the stagnant for the dynamic. So, what could this shiny, new economic model look like? Imagine a California where diverse industries bloom like wildflowers after the rain, where creativity and innovation are nurtured, not stifled by sky-high costs and limited opportunities. It is an enchanting vision, isn't it? And it is not an impossible dream, it just needs the right combination of imagination, determination, and, of course, a dash of that quintessential California spirit. We are talking government. We are talking policies. And we're talking about how the two can join forces to give California's economy the jolt it needs. First up, let's chat about the role of the state government. We've all heard the phrase, the government's here to help, right? I'm sure some of you chuckled, but in California's case, it's no laughing matter. The state government has a critical role in addressing these economic challenges. Think of the government as a gardener. If California were a garden, it would be filled with diverse flowers, each representing a different industry. But right now, many of these flowers are wilting. The gardener's task? Tend to the garden, ensuring all plants get the right sunlight, water, and nutrition to grow and flourish. That means creating a business-friendly environment, ensuring a robust and diverse job market, and providing affordable housing. They've got to roll up their sleeves, get their hands dirty, and cultivate an economy where every Californian can prosper. So, how can they do that? Here is where we get into the nuts and bolts of policy measures. Picture this: tax incentives for businesses, especially those in emerging industries. Policies that encourage innovation so California continues to be the place where tomorrow's tech is born today. Policies to address the housing crunch, because let's face it, nobody should have to pay a king's ransom for a humble abode. What about creating opportunities for skill enhancement so the workforce can keep pace with the changing market demands? It is like giving the labor force a gym membership to ensure they're economically fit and agile. And let's not forget sustainable infrastructure and clean energy. In an era where green is the new gold, California can lead the charge and set an example for the rest of the country. In essence, the state government needs to become an economic mixologist, crafting a cocktail of policies that hits the spot and leaves everyone asking for more. It's a tall order, but this is California, the land of big dreams and more enormous achievements. We've examined migration patterns, analyzed generational influences, and even tiptoed around policy implications. Now, let's sprinkle some diversity into the mix. You guessed it, we're talking about economic diversification. First off, let's address why this concept is a big deal. Think of California's economy as an investment portfolio. The same applies here, just as financial advisors would warn against putting all your eggs in one basket. If the state's economy is overly dependent on a few sectors, it becomes vulnerable to market fluctuations. In other words, the Golden State needs to spread its economic wings to diverse sectors that can be profitable and boost the country. But where should these new ideas go? What potential sectors are ripe for growth and diversification? The answer is as diverse as the state itself. It is like browsing a menu in a California cuisine restaurant, an array of delicious options. There's clean energy, for one, a sector glowing brighter than a Hollywood premiere. Then there's biotech, where California's penchant for innovation could spark breakthroughs that revolutionize healthcare. Not to forget agritech, where Silicon Valley meets farmland, promising a future of sustainable and tech-aided farming. And who could overlook the burgeoning creative industry? Beyond Hollywood, there is a vast landscape of digital media, design, gaming, and more, just waiting for their star on the California Walk of Fame. These are just a few examples. The potential for diversification is as vast as the Pacific shoreline. Now, let's get to the juicy part, the potential benefits of economic diversification. Let's imagine this new, diversified California. It's like a well-balanced orchestra where each section adds a unique sound to create a harmonious symphony. In this scenario, employment opportunities become as diverse as the state's flora and fauna, offering Californians a more comprehensive range of career paths. It also means more stability. With its fingers in many pies, California could better withstand economic shocks. And let's remember the innovation potential. The state could become a breeding ground for novel ideas and breakthroughs by encouraging growth in various sectors. In this melody of economic diversification, California stands to rediscover its rhythm to create a harmonious, resilient, and, above all, sustainable tune. Do you know how they say California is like a big, juicy burger? No? Well, they should, because when you bite into it, you get much more than just beef. One of the not-so-tasty ingredients is the business climate and regulatory policies that have been causing some heartburn for businesses. California's regulatory landscape can feel like navigating the LA freeway during rush hour. High taxes, strict labor laws, and environmental regulations can be burdensome for businesses. Sure, these rules are there for a reason: to ensure fair trade, protect workers, and keep our beaches as pristine as a Hollywood smile. But if they're making businesses sweat more than a jogger in Death Valley, perhaps it's time for a rethink. It brings us to potential improvements. We are not advocating for a Wild West situation where anything goes, but rather smart regulations. The kind that keeps businesses on their toes but doesn't make them run for the hills. It may be time to streamline permit processes, rethink tax structures, or revisit labor laws. Who knows? A little regulatory spring cleaning might give businesses the room to breathe and grow. Speaking of growth, let's talk about attracting investment and talent. For a state that's produced stars from Steve Jobs to Serena Williams, California seems to be losing its shine. High costs, stiff competition, and the tricky business environment we discussed have made it harder for the state to attract new investors and retain top talent. So, what's the solution? To quote a classic California tune, we gotta hold on to what we've got. That means building a business environment that attracts, nurtures, and retains talent. It's like hosting a party. You want to attract the best guests and ensure they're having a good time. Perhaps it's time to roll out the red carpet for investors with favorable policies, grants, and incentives. And for the talent, let's create an ecosystem that allows them to thrive. Affordable housing, great job opportunities, excellent education. And while we're at it, why not champion the California dream, a place of innovation, opportunity, and diversity? The kind of dream that attracted gold miners, Hollywood hopefuls, and tech geeks to this golden state in the first place. California is more than just a state. It's an idea, a dream, and like any good dream, it needs to adapt, evolve, and keep up with the times. So, here's to hoping that the Golden State can strike gold again and secure its economic future. As we navigate the winding road of California's economic landscape, the future might seem as unpredictable as a suspense thriller. Potential scenarios range from rebounding to unprecedented prosperity to grappling with persistent challenges. Uncertainties loom, like the high cost of living or the tech industry's whims. But here's the real deal. Economic resilience can be California's plot twist. With the right strategies, the Golden State can meet these challenges head on. The journey wouldn't be easy, but as we've seen, California thrives under the spotlight. And there you have it, folks. If you've enjoyed our Californian economic roller coaster ride, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Keep your eyes peeled for our next video right here. Thanks for watching.